All right, guys, so going over here, looking at everything. We've got our giant eggplant right there. We got a lot of greens here. More greens, some radishes right here growing, looking pretty good. In fact, in this, I'm pretty pleased with how they're looking in that right there. Some more greens, not looking so hot. I don't know what's going on with them. They're getting a little bit yellowing, so I think maybe there's too much light coming over here. So we're going to turn the light down a little bit because you can see there's yellow one over here too. So I think there might be too much light finally hitting them. Then I got a new light coming. A new light will be here on Monday, so we're going to set up some stuff and it'll look more like this, which I think this right here is probably the best growing conditions you can have instead of that all white. Anyhow, you guys can see we've burnt up some things in there. You can see they're pretty burnt, they're crispy. Too much light hitting them, and it really affected them. You can see everything though underneath this light, underneath that Gixxer, is beautiful and looking great. So the Gixxer light is the better light. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison on everything and see how stuff was working and doing. These right here are all white. You guys can see when it's turned up, it's super bright. Just doesn't do what it needs to do for the plants, I don't guess. There's something missing out of it for sure. Anyhow, because you guys can see down here, they're not really exploding. But under here, where they got this pink light, everything has exploded. Everything. And look, I've got stuff planted of all types. There's tomatoes and stuff down there growing. There's the red stuff there. I can't think of the name of it. Here's one of those underneath the pink light there. The bean. You know, the bean don't look as good. You know, this bean over here, it's got blooms on it. I mean, we're blooming, we're rocking and rolling, you know. So, yeah, I mean, it's going all the way over here. I mean, it just keeps on growing. So it's a great, that Gixxer light is hard to beat, y'all. So, and then all my stuff underneath these lights right here, yeah, they're just not as good, you know. So, anyhow, you guys can see all this stuff, giant radish growing here, tomatoes. And look at all the carrots and I mean just everything in there, right? Looking great in there. All right. So moving along. Y'all going to excuse the mess. I gotta get these potted up into something. I've been so far behind on everything, trying to get caught up. But we got giant progs or whatever it's called, progs. We got 2 of them came up so far. This is giant celery from the UK, and this is giant red celery right here, and we got a bunch of it popping up all over. So we're just gonna keep on getting that right there, and we'll get up. But I gotta get my giant cabbages all done up and fixed up. Gonna have to plant more giant onions and some other stuff like that. So we'll do that here in a second. You guys can see here we got giant radishes growing, and I think these are peppers, you know. I don't know where they came from because I didn't plant them, but we're going to let them grow and do their thing. I'll probably take them out of here, though, and transplant them over to there in that Smart Pot raised bed. So we'll do that here in just a second. And then the elephant ear died, so we don't have any elephant ear stuff going on right now. And then we have 2 onions growing, that's all. And my buddy Paul told me, he said, look, Ryan, put them under light for the first 6 weeks. So we got them under light 24 hours a day, he said, for the first 6 weeks. So we do not turn this light off over here. Then you guys can see my big old plant over here. This thing's massive. It's looking great. Look at that thing. I told you guys it would come to life. Our elephant ear didn't live, so we're going to order some more elephant ears and try to get them over here pretty soon. So yeah, but let me show you guys some 3D prints that I've got and working on. I'm going to show you those, so you guys, if you want any of them, you can buy some. So let me get those. All right, guys. So first thing first, we have these maple taps from Maple Syrup. If you guys are needing any taps, we're selling these for $1.50 a piece. Real quick, simple, easy, and they do work. I've got videos on them working. They're very good. You hammer them in on this end right here. Do not use a metal hammer. Use a rubber hammer, or just drill them to where you can push them in. And that works good too. Anyhow, $1.50 a piece, and I've had quite a few people buy them and like them. They do really, really well, and like I said, we're using them here on our homestead. Next thing, we have this rocket, and this rocket is a seed container holder. So you put seeds. This is the lid, right? So you don't want to put nothing in there. It goes on there. You twist it shut. See? All right, now got the lid. So anyhow, you can fit a bunch of seeds in there. You know, like if you wanted tomato seeds, you could label that, you know, tomato, put a bunch of tomato seeds in there, or whatever, pepper seeds, whatever. You could put several different types of seeds in this one, or not types, but, well, yeah, types, but you don't want to put multiple types. You just want one in each container. You can put whatever you want in that one. It's a pretty big one. Like I say, I would say it's at least 2 inches across there. So anyhow, or maybe more than that. Let me see. I might be able to fit that little pumpkin down in there. I know if he won't fit, he would fit down in. Yeah, he'll fit. So yeah, he'd fit down in there. So okie doke. So anyhow, got that one that you can use for a lot of stuff, and then this one's even bigger. That fits in there really good. So even bigger one there, and then of course you got the bottom. You can fit quite a bit in that one as well. Again, lots of room. So there's that, in case you want something cool, you know, to hold your seeds in that can be displayed, you know, on your desk or something. You know, you just want something different and neat. You got this one right here, the rocket. I've sold a couple of those. People like different, you know, you can paint it or whatever you want to do with it. All right, these right here are single seed containers for your very, very expensive pumpkin seeds. Right there, so you got to fit one in there. I've sold 300 of these, guys. 300. That's a lot of daggone baby pumpkins that I've been making. All right, and you guys have seen a little prototype right here we've been working on. It's gonna be very good. You just got to work out how to do some things. I'm trying to print on this and not into it. I want to bring the print out. I want it to be out. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. All right, now these were a great idea. Loved it, wanted it, and now I can't find the print again. These were watertight, airtight. No worries about these at all. So I guess I'm going to have to make my own print on these. You guys can see the thread pitch there. It's nice, it's good. I liked it a lot. Very, very well. This right here held 220 seeds or 12 ounces. All right, and it worked great. And then this one right here holds 70 seeds. All right, and you can use it for salve and stuff. Same thread pitch. Threads on there, airtight, watertight, you know. There you go, just like that right there. But anyhow, I'm having trouble finding that print now, so I'm guessing I'm going to have to go make my own. So stay tuned for that. because you can also use these for spice shakers. I've got one that you can use for a spice shaker, and all you gotta do is tell me you want it for a spice shaker. I 3D print another lid with holes in it, so you can use it for a spice shaker, and the spice shaker lid's a different color so that you won't get it confused. So then you would take your spice shaker lid off and put your solid lid on, and then put it up. So anyways, there's those. You can use it, like I said, use it for seed containers, whatever. I am going to have to design a new one because I cannot find this print now. Anyhow, got this. This right here is really nifty, neat. Hold your seed packets in there. There's 12 seed packets in this one. All right, and you know, you can see there's plenty of room down in there to hold more if you would so choose. Now you do have to, you know, take it and bend the packets down a little bit on the top when you close it. That's all you got to do. It's really nice, and I like it. You can take it out to the garden with you, you know, and that'd be good. Be very good. You can get a bunch of these, you know, for your leafy greens, your tomatoes, your peppers, your whatevers, and you know, label them on the top. Be good to go. Now this is a print that my buddy wanted made, and so I had to buy the print so that I could print it. So I bought the print so I can print it to sell. And it's a wall hanger, a dovetail wall hanger. All right, pot, 4.5-inch pot. You guys can see the holes down on the bottom of it. This thing is heavy, heavy, heavy. It takes roughly a half roll to print this entire thing, and it's over. Let me see. The top half was 11 hours and like 15 minutes for the top. This right here has to be done. This is a pain in the butt. And so this dovetail wall mount right here, which I'll put some pictures up of, it mounted to the wall. This thing right here has to be printed at precision print at 25% speed. All right. So it takes 4 hours to do that precision at 25% speed. If you try to do it any faster than that, because it has to put and you have to support it as well. So it takes a lot of filament. So you have a support down here. It's a very tiny support that goes down here on the bottom, and then it supports all the way up to the top. The problem I was having, Kara, give me those ones that didn't work over here. Can you hand me those real quick, please? Those black things right there. Thank you, ma'am. Anyways, the problem with this is if you do not print it like that, I had 7 of these total. This is what happens if you try to, and I was printing with supports, and I even printed at 50% speed, and that didn't work. And I printed some of them on precision at 50% speed, and that also did not work. You guys can see there, you'd get about right there. What happened, it would just fall over, and I'd come in here, and there'd be spaghetti strings of 3D print filament all over the place because it was still trying to print, but there was nothing to adhere to because this had, instead of standing up, it done fell over, and you really can't, or at least I've not found a way to lay it sideways to print. It wants to print like this every time, and I've not figured out how to lay it sideways on my machine without having to redo it completely, remake the whole thing. So anyhow, you got a dovetail here. It's actually connected to the pot. It does very well. Then this bottom right here, if I can get it to come off, because I'm one-handed it here. There we go. Comes off, and you guys can get any of the water, excess water that might be in there that you want out. You just take this bottom off, dump the old water out, put it back on right here like so, and we'll lock her down. There you go. And then you would put her back into your dovetail on your wall, and it looks like it's just floating on the wall. Then we also have the one like this, 4.5-inch. I also have a 2.5-inch pot as well for both. This is a desk one. It sits on your desk. I just got to print the bottom off for it, and you can set it on your desk. So it's 4.5 inches, and guys, that thing, and it's super, super thick and very, very heavy. But they are very expensive. So the people on Etsy are selling these for $25 and up. I'm doing $20 for the one that goes on the wall, and these right here, or the set on your desk, are 15. And guys, I'm telling you, they're super heavy, y'all. I ain't kidding. They're very, very, very heavy pots, but they take a long time to print, and you know, and a lot of filament, so that's why the price is so high. Then we have this mushroom right here. It's also a container as well. I don't know that I can get the lid off. Yeah, maybe I can. Maybe, I don't know. Hang on a minute. Now this thing also takes a very, very long time to print, you know, but it's huge as well. I mean, it's big. You can use it for a container, you know, and stuff. And then the lid is just massive. I mean, that lid weighs more than that pot. So it takes a lot of filament. So that right there is $20 as well if you would want one. And I can print them in different colors. So the bottom would be white and the top would be a different color if you would want it. Or you can just get it like this and paint it whatever color you want. So anyhow, guys, that's all we got for today. Set that right there for just a minute. Just sit there. Working on a lot of different things. If you got an idea and you want me to print it off, you know, shoot me a message or comment down below, and or, you know, we'll try to see what we can get done. We are trying to use this for business, a little extra income for us. So you know, for something specialty that you would like us to print, you know, and buy it off of us, we greatly appreciate it, and we appreciate your business. So anyhow, guys, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button, that notification bell. Good job. Here you go. Thank you. Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And subscribe.